Okay, guys, so what about the main function that utilizes the undergraduate class and creates 20 instances and gets the best students, blah blah blah, all the points that you can find in an assignment. So I won't do it now. You still have about 10 days to do your assignment, so I'm not going to spoil the all the fun. I'm sure all of you can achieve it. If not, if you don't have time or something stands in the way, I'll try to make a video showing how to do all the methods um, pointed in listed in the assignment. But let's have a look at how it looks like um, in my case. So I made this. This is an overkill. Probably you can just like list all the students, or not even like if you look at the assignment, it doesn't even ask for listing the students. um you could just create the students, get the best ones, and just print them out and print the warnings. So but what I did is something a bit more complex. So at the moment we have, let's see all the students. Okay, number 2, so I press 2 enter, and it says there are no students in the database, so that's fine. Let's see the best students then. 3, enter. There are no students. Okay, grant. Show a list of warnings. Let's see what that says. No students in database. You can see I pressed 4, and it still says, so 4 is show all the warnings, and it says there are no students. So there is this kind of it's not a method. It's a part of a method in all those 3 show a list methods. So there are 3 different methods for different activities, and I always check if there are students in the database, because and I showed you last time. I showed you in my I think it was OOP number 5 and 6, the videos 5 and 6, with the undergraduate part 1 and 2 videos, and I showed how the static um, variable works. If you don't remember, or or you didn't watch it, or you want a refresher, maybe check YouTube, just Google it, check it. Basically, what I did, I put in a variable that is called like number of students. Um, I initialized it as 0, and then every time I create a new student, it counts, it adds 1, so we have the count of all the students. So I basically check, um, is it 0? If that number is 0, if yes, then definitely there are no students, so there's nothing to show. Okay, so no need to get in there. But okay, so let's add a student there. Okay, and you can, I think it's not something we're supposed to do for the assignment, but you can create this method very easily. You just ask the user, prompt the user for all the fields, and you just populate them. So let's start with me, Marek Kubiak, enter. Student ID, whatever, some number, enter. Course name DT249, enter. Stream name. So what I did for this testing, add 20 records with random marks, I created an array with 20 random, not random, but just like 20 names. Okay, so then I looped it, and I then randomly assigned marks, and I randomly assigned one of those 4 streams. So we have like just 4 streams. It's not just like a random number or whatever. It's actually something between big data, networking, software engineering, and project management. And you'll see it just makes more sense when you want to print out the list of best students. Okay, so let's say I'm software engineer, um, and final thesis would be um, making super duper apps. That's my final thesis. And I'm on year 2, I'm registered, yes. And my marks, and I'm gonna be very ambitious here, so just gonna put something that won't give me a warning that I'm underneath, I'm lower than 50. My average grade is lower than 50. Okay, so let's do it again. Let's check um, all the students. So we printed out name, Mark Kubek, average mark 85, stream, software engineering. Okay, these are the fields I decided to print out. There's more obviously. Okay, so let's see the list of best students. Okay, so as you can see here, there's one, two, three, four, 5 lines, and its first line is for the highest mark overall, and then for different streams. And I did the foolproofing for well, not foolproofing, just in case there's nobody in big data. I did the check for it. So if nobody is in this one stream, I just say no, there are no students in big data, blah blah. I'm the only student at the moment, so only one stream will be taken, and that's the software engineering as I uh, checked before. Okay, so let's see the warnings. There should be no warnings, and yes, no warnings to show. And as you can see before, when I pressed 4 and we had no students, it said no students in database. Right now it says no warnings to show. So it's kind of nice to know that there are students in there, but just they're all doing well. Okay, so now let's go and do this zero testing. So I just adding 20 undergraduate instances done. That's just like information for the user that something happened and it's done. So let's see really if we have those students in, and there you go, 20 instances. So basically what I did was I created an array of um, 20 names, and then I made a loop that does something 20 times, and I was just adding one by one from that array that name, and then randomly populated the marks with the random numbers, and randomly picking one of those for streams, which are also arrays in an array. So I created an array of streams, and it's like index 0 was big data, index 1 is networking, 2 is software engineering, and 3 is project management. Okay, so then when you do like when you want to assign a random stream, you just choose a number randomly, a number between 0 and 3, and it picks one of the streams at random. Okay, so then if I go and see view all the best students, it has someone for all of them. I put my marks very high, so I'm the best in the group. And you can check if there's anyone with higher than 85, that's me, and 66, 57. Okay, so they're somewhere around 50, 60. You can see the random is not very random. It sticks somewhere in the middle of the range that I picked. But that's your random in computing. It's actually called pseudo-random. And you have all the best students for big data. If you want to make sure, you can check the full list and see if it's true, if actually the best guy in big data is Pink Panther and so on. Okay, and any warnings for enter? Oh yeah, there's some guys. So there is Faf, which is like probably, don't know, TCTHN. I think it's the guy called Too Cool to Have a Name. And yeah, that's the guy here. And by the way, if you watched my previous video, I showed how I approached um, the initials thingy, and I just looked for spaces. So I took the first letter, and then I looked for a space. If there is a space, I took the letter. Space, letter, space, there is nothing else. So it's sorry, so T space C, yeah, it's there. THN. THN, yeah. So that works. Okay, and that's it. I think I hope it's fine. I did this menu. You don't have to have this menu, but the thing is, you have to make it work. And I made this video for you to kind of start thinking about it. If you didn't start, and maybe you're finished, but if you didn't start yet, there's a couple of things you want to consider, a couple of things. Maybe I gave you a couple of ideas. So get cracking, and if you're completely lost, by the way, it's not like you can't. Um, and I can see on Facebook everyone is asking like questions, and that's fine. So it's nice when we collaborate and we ask questions on Facebook, and you can comment on my website, we wannacode.com. So you just feel free to contact me, contact your colleagues. Don't get stuck. Don't feel like, this is overwhelming, this is too much, I don't get it. You will get it when you ask the question. Sometimes it's just something very abstract at the moment, and then you just learn it and you get it, and it's not that hard. Okay, so good luck and chat to you later.